One of the most powerful lessons I've ever learned about making money came from a millionaire I admired when I was younger. It's a lesson that completely reshaped how I think about business and side hustles. At the time, I was obsessed with the idea that success required some groundbreaking idea. You know, the kind of idea that nobody had ever thought of before. I believed that if I didn't invent something revolutionary, I'd probably never become successful. And honestly, that thought stressed me out a lot. Then one day he said something that instantly changed my mindset. He told me, "You don't have to invent success." He said, "Success already leaves clues. Your job isn't to reinvent the wheel. Your job is to study what already works and adapt it to your own path." That advice hit me hard, because suddenly the pressure disappeared. I didn't need genius-level ideas anymore. I just needed awareness. From that moment forward, I stopped chasing random ideas. Instead, I started analyzing successful people. I looked at the businesses they built, the strategies they used, and the patterns behind their success. Once I began doing that, everything started to change. The side hustles I experimented with slowly turned into real businesses. Those businesses eventually grew into multimillion-dollar companies. And yes, they eventually made me a millionaire. All because I followed one simple principle. Find proven models and execute them well. Now you're probably wondering something. If copying proven models works so well, then which side hustles are people actually using right now? Which ones are generating serious income today? That's exactly what we're going to explore. Because in this video I'm going to show you 7 real examples of young people earning over $100,000 per year from their side hustles. These are real stories from real people. And each one follows a strategy that you could replicate. Also, yes, the scrapbook is making a comeback. And it definitely needed updating. For every side hustle we discuss, I'm going to rate it in 3 important categories. First, how long it takes to learn. Second, how much money you need to start. And third, how hard it is to reach $10,000 per month. Let's start with the first one. Number 1 is reselling on eBay. Meet Kai Towers. Growing up, life wasn't exactly easy for him. He lost his mother when he was young, and he never had the chance to know his father. By the time he became a teenager, he was working a job that felt like a dead end. No clear future. No clear opportunity. Just the feeling that life wasn't going anywhere. Eventually he reached a breaking point. He realized he couldn't keep living like that. So he decided to try something different. He started selling products on eBay. At first it was small things. But with consistency and determination, something surprising happened. Within just 1 year, he turned $400 into $317,000. Now I know what many people are thinking. Wait, people still use eBay? Isn't Amazon the only marketplace that matters now? Might seem that way. But the numbers tell a different story. In the second quarter of 2025, eBay generated $2.7 billion in revenue. That's a 6% increase compared to the previous year, which means the platform is far from dead. So what changed? The answer is strategy. Years ago, eBay and Amazon were competing for the same audience. Both platforms wanted to dominate online retail. But Amazon eventually won that battle. Amazon built massive warehouses and lightning-fast delivery. So eBay pivoted in a completely different direction. Instead of competing head-to-head, it focused on specialized markets. Things like collectibles, vintage products, refurbished electronics, trading cards, rare or discontinued items. In these niches, eBay dominates because passionate buyers trust it. And passionate buyers are willing to pay. There's an old saying in business: the money is in the niche. Kai understood that perfectly. He focused on the gaming accessories market. He sold replacement controller parts, retro console accessories, and gaming tools designed to improve performance. By specializing, he built authority. And that's what allowed his store to grow quickly. Now let's score this side hustle. Learning how eBay works gets 1 out of 5. You can understand the basics within a few weeks. Starting capital also gets 1 out of 5. Because you probably already have items at home you could sell today. Old gadgets, clothes you don't wear anymore, random electronics sitting in drawers. Selling these items helps you learn the platform. It builds reviews on your account. And it creates your first investment fund. Finally, reaching $10,000 per month gets 2.5 out of 5. It's absolutely possible. But it requires effort and consistency. Number 2 is brand deal brokerage. This is Sued Amin. When he was just 16 years old, he was diagnosed with cancer. Most teenagers would understandably pause everything during a moment like that. But Sued decided to use his time differently. While recovering in hospital, he began learning about influencer marketing. He realized brands wanted access to online creators, but they didn't always know how to connect with them. So he stepped in as the middleman. His role was simple: introduce brands to influencers, help negotiate the collaboration, and take a percentage of the deal. Today, that simple idea generates over $4 million per year. He works with companies like Netflix and Ubisoft, and partners with creators who have millions of followers. The opportunity here is enormous, because media consumption has completely changed. In 2025, people spent more time streaming content than watching traditional television. And the largest streaming platform wasn't Netflix, it was YouTube, which captured over 12% of all TV viewership. That shift means brands are investing heavily in creators, and someone needs to connect those two worlds. Learning this side hustle gets 2 out of 5. Startup cost gets 0 out of 5. And reaching $10,000 per month gets 2 out of 5. Number 3 is video editing. A student named Tom once sat in his dorm room staring at the student loans he was accumulating. He realized that if he didn't build a skill, those debts would follow him for years. So he chose something simple. He started learning video editing. That decision eventually changed his life. Within a few years, he was earning 6 figures annually and working with global brands like Coca-Cola and Nintendo. The reason is simple. Video dominates the internet. More than 80% of all online traffic is video content, which means businesses constantly need editors. Learning this skill gets 3 out of 5. Startup cost 1 out of 5. And reaching $10,000 per month 3 out of 5. Number 4 is branded dropshipping. Instead of selling random products, you build a recognizable brand. That branding increases trust and price, which dramatically improves profit margins. Learning difficulty 4 out of 5. Startup cost 1 out of 5. $10,000 difficulty 2 out of 5. Side hustle number 5 is brand identity design. Companies constantly pay designers to create logos, visual systems, and brand style guides. The brand identity market is growing rapidly. Learning difficulty 4 out of 5. Startup cost 1 out of 5. $10,000 difficulty 2 out of 5. Number 6 is short-form content strategy. Instead of being the influencer, you help influencers and businesses grow their content. Because attention has become one of the most valuable resources online. Learning difficulty 1 out of 5. Startup cost 1 out of 5. $10,000 difficulty 3 out of 5. And finally, number 7 is investing. This is the only side hustle that eventually becomes fully passive. Your money begins working for you, instead of the other way around. Learning difficulty 4 out of 5. Startup cost 1 out of 5. $10,000 difficulty 4 out of 5. If you want to build wealth, make sure you subscribe. And check out the investing video on your screen. I'll see you there.